Hello everybody, back again from another video. Hope you're doing well. Hope your life's going well. Hope this week has gone well for you, and hope that today has gone well for you. Today is Friday. It is September the 26th, 2025. It is about 7:58 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I hope that y'all are having a wonderful week so far. I hope it's been a productive and non-stressful work week for y'all, and I do hope that you all have some fun plans for the upcoming weekend. As for me, I'm doing pretty good myself. I'm here in Denver, Colorado. Yes, and I must say, it's been a very good experience here. This is the first time I've ever seen actual mountains, and I got so many pictures. I might post some of them on my community tab if I remember to, but man, I tell you, it's so nice. And this is the first time I've ever seen like real mountains. It's the first time I've ever been to actual mountains because I did drive up like a couple of the mountains, and I got some photos from on top of some of the mountains. And it's been good. The first day that I was here, I actually couldn't see any mountains because it was real cold and rainy. Visibility was low, like you couldn't see off into the distance because of the rain and the low visibility. And so when I flew in Tuesday, I didn't really do a whole lot. I did kind of go on a walk and do a little bit of sightseeing, but it was rainy and cold, so didn't do a whole lot. But the next day, I did some sightseeing. Drove up to, I forgot what the mountain's called, but it's a mountain where you can literally see like all of Denver from up top of mountain. Like it's amazing. I got some good pictures there, and yeah, and then also I went to, I think it's called the Colorado Railroad Museum, and that was real cool. And trying to think. And yesterday I drove down to Colorado Springs, and I drove up another mountain, and this mountain had like waterfalls. It was so peaceful. Like all you could hear was like the water flowing, like nothing else. It was crazy. Like I just never experienced that before, and it was so peaceful. It was so tranquil. Like I spent a lot of time up there. It was cool. Of course, got plenty of pictures. I think I took hundreds of pictures on this trip. Like, and so yeah, and not just with my phone. I have like an actual DSLR camera that I use to take good pictures. But I did take some pictures with my phone, but most of the pictures I took were with a DSLR camera, and it was wonderful. I like photography too, so this is like the perfect state to go to if you like photography, right? It's just so many things to take pictures of. It's been wonderful. Shout out to Colorado. It's a beautiful state, I tell you. Yeah, so I actually fly back to Texas today, though. I use Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines, they're a pretty good airline, although they just started charging for checked bags. I think I paid $35 because I had one checked bag, and they just now started doing that, because, the economy is changing and stuff. Because before, it used to be 2 free checked bags, but times are different. Times are tough. And so they started charging like pretty much every other airline does. So they're just kind of, in a way, you can say they're kind of just getting with the times and with charging with check bags. But that's right, But yeah, Southwest, cool. Southwest Airlines. But yeah. So what I really want to talk about in this video is something that I saw a couple of days ago. Where did y'all hear that Samsung? Let me tell you what they did. All right, my bad. Somebody's car alarm was like going off. I don't know what was going on there, but did y'all hear that Samsung was going to introduce this program where they're going to put advertisements on people's refrigerators? Did y'all hear about that? Let me know in the comments below. Did you all hear about that? Like, this just shows, man, like, the consumerism in this society, the constant need for ads to be shoved in your face is just, it's out of this world, right? I mean, who really needs an advertisement on their refrigerator? Who really needs a screen on their refrigerator? Like, just the fact that a company would put a screen on a refrigerator. I mean, what's the point of that? I don't even understand it. I mean, isn't it enough having a phone, a laptop, and a TV? Isn't that enough? Right? Like, oh man, that's just crazy to think about. Like, imagine going to your refrigerator and you end up watching an ad. And now keep in mind too, these refrigerators that have the screens on them are not cheap, right? Some of these refrigerators are at least $2,000 for a refrigerator with a screen on it that's eventually going to be showing you ads. And then also, why does your refrigerator need to be connected to the internet? Why does it need to be connected to Wi-Fi? Like, why don't we stop and really think about these things? I know some of us do, but many people, they just kind of go with this stuff. I'm pretty sure there's people out there that, and I think the majority of people kind of woke up to how stupid this is, but I'm sure there's people out there that's like, wow, this is such cool technology. No, it's not. It's crazy and it's unnecessary. It's revolutionary. No, it ain't revolutionary. It's stupid to have an advertisement on a refrigerator. Like, man, I tell you, I don't know. There's no way I'd buy a refrigerator that has a screen on it. Like, I already have enough screens. I have a television. I mean, think about it. You have a television. They make TVs now that are 98 inches. They make nearly 100-inch TVs, right? So say you have a huge TV, you have a laptop, and you have a phone. You got 3 screens right there, right? And all 3 of them, you're bound to see ads on. Unless you're paying for like a premium service that promises you no ads. So here you add a 4th screen, your fridge screen that connects to the internet, and it's going to show you an ad. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work with Samsung because I have been reading a lot of different comments about this online, and there's a lot of people that they're not happy about this. And like I've said in previous videos, the only way to get companies to stop this foolishness is to say, you know what? We're not going to purchase your product until X, Y, and Z happens. I promise you, if enough people do that, they will scrap this whole program so fast. A lot of people don't realize we have more power than we think. The consumer has more power than you think. And what corporations and companies do is their job is through advertising to convince us that we need their product or we're somehow not whole or we're inadequate without their product. Right? But at the end of the day, it's the consumer's choice to buy that product. So if you don't buy the product, the corporation doesn't have the power over you. Something to think about, right? And I'm not really a person that likes ads in particular. I guess no one does though. But the thing about me is, like for example, I pay for YouTube Premium just so I don't see all the garbage advertisements. And I don't really watch a lot of television, but when I do, when they show the commercials, I'm going to do something else. Like, yeah, that's just me. But yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of things that have advertisements on them. Got billboards, phones, laptops, smart TVs. A lot of things show you ads. You got when you walk in on the city streets now, they have the little smart screen, the little touch screen that you see at like the corner of intersections that'll show you different like advertisements and stuff. It's something, man. But another thing too is I didn't realize how many things actually connect to the internet, right? I was reading and they say there's ovens out here that can connect to the internet to where you can start the oven remotely to like preheat it and stuff. So instead of you actually being there, you can start the oven remotely. So if you're out and about and you just want to cook a dish, as soon as you get home, that oven will already be preheated. And I don't really see a purpose in that. I see a safety issue in that actually. But that exists, according to what I saw. You got dishwashers that connect to the internet, connect to Wi-Fi. You got washing machines that connect to Wi-Fi, dryers, coffee makers, thermostats, you name it, doorbells. It all connects to Wi-Fi. Yeah. Says with the dishwasher, you can remote start it. Same thing with washing machines, you can remote start it. And also with both of those, you can get an alert when it's finished. An alert on your device, I guess. But I'm like, who really needs that? To me, they just put these features in there to justify the higher prices, the insane prices for these appliances now. But then again, you can buy a dishwasher or washing machine without these features. I just think it's crazy that they make appliances that have these features. And I guess they say, you know what? There's somebody out there that's actually going to buy that. There's somebody out there that's going to buy a dishwasher with Wi-Fi and a washing machine and dryer with Wi-Fi in it and get those alerts on their phone instead of actually saying, let me get up and actually make sure the stuff is done. But, that's the world we're in. Why does a coffee maker need Wi-Fi? Somebody let me know. I just don't understand that one. I don't understand any of these, to be honest, but man, it is times are changing out here, man. You ain't gonna catch me buying no Wi-Fi oven or dishwasher, washing machine, or any of that stuff, man. Like it's just not necessary to me. I don't know though. I think we've gone through life so long with fridges and ovens and dishwashers and washing machines and dryers and coffee makers and all this stuff, thermostats that don't have Wi-Fi connected to it, that it's like, why do we need that? Have we let the corporations convince us that that's something that we need enabled, right? I bought my smart TV luckily with my smart TV I can use it without connecting it to the internet. But I was thinking, like, what if there's a time that comes where you literally can't use any sort of function for the TV unless you connect it to the internet? Like, what if that happens in the future? Like, I was thinking about that. What if you buy a smart TV and you open it up, power it on, and you realize that you have to connect it to the internet or you can't do anything with it, right? Even if you want to just connect an antenna to the TV and use it old school way, you won't be able to do that unless you connect the TV to the internet. Like, I was like, what if that happens in the future? That would be crazy. But wouldn't be surprised if it happened though. But again, us consumers, at the end of the day, we have the power. Like, don't think that us consumers, right, us common folk, we don't have the power. We actually have a lot of the power. We don't have to buy this stuff. We don't have to buy any of this stuff, right? We can live a simple life, a minimalist life, if one chooses to where you're not consuming so much, right? And you have to remember what a corporation's bottom line is, and that's to make money. So if the corporations realize that their sales are going down, they will pivot and make changes that need to be made in order to continue to maintain a profitable business, right? And it doesn't even take everybody. It just takes enough people, right? Boycotts do work, I'm telling you. When that bottom line is affected by when the bottom line of a corporation is affected by, consumers boycotting, I'm telling you, that's what is going to make real change out here. So that's just a message I want to let you all know. We do have the power to change it out here. It's just, is there enough people that are going to say, you know what, this is nonsense, I'm not buying it? Like this fridge with ads on it. If enough people don't buy this, Samsung's going to scrap this whole thing, right? They might be okay with keeping the Wi-Fi enabled refrigerator or whatever. That just sounds crazy saying that. But having ads on the fridge, they gonna scrap that if enough people straight up say I'm not buying it, and their sales for that particular type of fridge are too low for their liking. So, yep. Sometimes I just really think that we have to, just connect back with a simple life. I mean, like, connect back to nature, connect through other means, right? All this technology, this fast-paced life, society, all this type of stuff, man. Sometimes we need to just slow down and take a step back and, realize that life is simple in a way when you really think about it. When I went up to the mountains here in Colorado, I just felt so much more connected with nature, connected to the environment. It was like a moment where it's like, wow, this is truly what Earth is supposed to be. This is truly what our environment is supposed to look like. Up there in those mountains where it's nothing but natural waterfalls and it was just beautiful, And that was something that I was thinking about. I was like, man, life is simple. It's just we make it more complicated than it needs to be. Right? Not necessarily easy all the time, but we can live a simpler lifestyle. It's doable. Sorry about that. My room is actually like right next to the elevator. I didn't realize until I got up here though. So you might hear some noise, but yeah. Anyway, let me go ahead and bring this video to a close. I do thank y'all for watching this video. I do hope that you're relaxed, and I really do hope that you stay tuned for more videos.